Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Dr. Ghost and today we are going to be playing some more World of Warships Legends. This time we're going to be doing a review, gameplay, and sort of tips and tricks, if you will, for the legendary tier French battleship, the Bourgogne. I do apologize if I got that pronunciation wrong. You guys should know me by now. I'm not very good at pronunciations of foreign languages, but I gave it my best shot. The Bourgogne, Bourgogne. I think it's Bourgogne, isn't it? I don't even, I don't even know. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. You guys know what I mean, okay? I'm sure there's going to be some of you nerds in the chat that are going to go down there and say, it's this or that, Ghost. And I'm going to be like, thank you. That's what you guys are for. You guys are here to put checks and balances in. So I appreciate that. But nonetheless, let's take a look at the upgrades in Loadout. We've got Aiming Systems Mod 1. We have Propulsion Mod 2. We've got Concealment Systems Mod 1. And finally, we have Main Battery Mod 3. Take a look at the loadout here. We've got High Explosive. We've got Armor Piercing. We've got Standard Damage Control Parties. We've got 4 Repair Parties. 2 Main Battery Reload Boosters. That's right, this is one of the only, I think it's actually the only current legendary ship to have a main battery reload booster. You guys are going to see some of that in the gameplay. It's going to be pretty cool. And finally, we have the engine boost. Yes, it's a French ship, so since it is French, you get engine boosts. There you go. We're running the Bastille Day 22 flag. It's French looking. I think it looks fantastic with the French flag I got going. And we have the Type 4 camouflage on, okay? Now let's take a look at the specs. We've got 70,960 hit points on my build. We've got 19 through 430 millimeters of armor. And finally, this is something that's pretty damn special about the Bourgogne is the fact that it has a 55% torpedo damage reduction. That is pretty significant. Okay, that's actually more than the Alabama and the Massachusetts. So this might be the best torpedo protection in the game? Question mark? I'm not sure. You guys could probably do your research and let me know in the comments below. Now, for the artillery, you've got some small guns, but trust me when I say they're only 15-inch guns, but they hit hard, okay? Like, I wasn't expecting a whole lot from the Bourgogne, okay? I just got the Bourgogne literally not even an hour ago, okay? I literally just got done with the match about 10 minutes ago. I'm recording this now for you guys, and these 15-inch guns act like 16-inch guns. Even better than that sometimes. They are phenomenal. So, just because they're small doesn't necessarily mean that they don't pack a punch is what I'm saying, okay? So you've got 12 15-inch guns. You got 8 in the front, and you got 4 in the back. Now, you've got, on my build, I've got an 18.8 kilometer range with a 21.5 second reload. Really quick reload as well. For the 180 degree turn time, now this is one of the downsides with the ship, 40 seconds. Yeah, that's pretty bad, so keep that in mind. It's going to take a while to get these guns swiveling, okay? Now for the high explosive, you got 5,100 maximum damage with a 36% chance of setting fires. So just in case people angle to you, if you can't really do reliable damage, you could always switch over to that, that HE and burn them down. So you guys will also see a teeny bit of that. A teeny bit. I say a teeny bit because it's going to be a brawl fest. So there's not going to be a whole lot of HE spam. Okay, I'm going to be going balls deep in the match. It's going to be pretty entertaining. But you guys are going to see me switch over to HE a couple times in the gameplay. And finally, the armor-piercing shell maximum damage is 11,300. So, let's just say, for example, you get a Citadel. That's usually where that maximum damage goes up to, okay? You will never get 11,000 damage with a penetration. It's usually with a Citadel. Same thing with your HE. That's if you get a Citadel with your HE. It's 5,100. So, just keep that in mind. Finally, the AA defense, it is fantastic. There's really nothing else to say. I mean, you guys could just see for yourself. 98 AA defense, 306 damage with the 57mm 60 ACAD MLE 1951s. You got a bunch of those. You got some 20mm Orlikins, 49 average damage. You got a bunch of you got some older 20mm Orlikins, I believe, and they do 14 damage. You get some 5-inch guns as well that do 126 average damage. And you get some more 5-inch guns, just a little bit less of them, that do 33. So you have a lot of AA, okay? Carriers beware. Spoiler alert. Finally, let's take a look here at the maneuverability. Well, not finally. We got concealment to look at, too. But if we take a look at the maneuverability, we've got 32 knot maximum speed, which is very fast for a battleship at Legendary tier. I mean, that is the French for you. They're very quick battleships. So 32 knot speed on my build with a 910 meter turning circle radius, which is absolutely horrible. So, yeah, you're going to be turning like a superstar destroyer, okay? And finally, you got rudder shift time, 16.6 seconds. Pretty bad. Now, finally, this is the finally part. We got 13.7 kilometer detectability range by sea, 18.8 kilometer detectability by sea while firing main guns, and 15.7 kilometer detectability by sea while the ship is on fire. For the detectability range by air, it's 11.4. Detectability after firing main guns by air is 19 kilometers, and detectability when ship is on fire by air is 14.4 kilometers. And of course, the guaranteed detectability range is 2 kilometers, with a 14.5 kilometer range while firing in smoke. And finally, for the last thing we're going to be looking out for the ship itself, is the armor. So you got 32 millimeters basically plastered absolutely everywhere. If we take that away and look at the side plating, you got 32 millimeters of side plating there. Take that away, and we take a look at the superstructure armor. You got a lot of superstructure, so keep that in mind. Take that away, and if we go ahead and take a look at the deck, you've got 40 millimeters of deck armor, which is helpful. If I'm not mistaken, I believe you get, nope, it's 30 millimeters in the bow, too. Okay. Yeah, you get 40 millimeters of deck armor. You get around 40 to 90 millimeters of deck armor, actually. And a thwart ship on the sides there, you get 250 millimeters of armor. Very juicy. And the armor belt is 275 to 350 millimeters of armor. So if you guys just keep angling like this, like go bow in, right, to angle towards anything with 16-inch guns or smaller, and if a Yamato or something shooting at you, present more like an angle like this, and try to get those Yamato shells to aim for your belt, because if those 18.1-inch guns hit your belt, as you guys can see, I mean, the belt armor is phenomenal. So you can ricochet some 18-inch guns if you can manage to bait Yamato shells into that side there. Take all that away. Take a look at the Citadel. It is pretty exposed. It's not like super exposed like some ships, but it is above the waterline very slightly. So you gotta watch out for big guns while you're broadside, because you can and will get Citadeled, which I do think I get Citadeled in the game, actually, we play. Anyway, finally, very finally, we got the commander build here. So we're running Azerlane Dunkirk. We've got Charles Madden and Paulo de Revel as inspirations. Our base trait is Floodgate. We've got Flammable Cannoneer. Frontal Fire. This ability right here is fantastic. It decreases your reload basically instantly. So I can swap from AP to HE like that, literally. So this is a really nice skill to have. You guys will see some of that in the gameplay. I'll point it out for you guys. We're also running Megalomania. We're running Master Mechanic. And finally, we're running Fight Fire with Fire. She's a Legendary 2, rank 15 Captain. And you guys should know where this is going. Nonetheless, I will see you all over in the gameplay portion of today's video. Alrighty, so here we are in the Bourgogne. I do quite like this ship already. I will say it's not fantastic, but I haven't played that much of it yet. You gotta keep in mind, I've literally only played one game, and this is the one game that I played, okay? So this is my very first sort of match, and so far my first impressions of this ship, you know, are pretty good. I do quite like it. I'm not going to spoil too much, but let's just say it is going to be a pretty good game, and it's going to be pretty amusing as well. Now notice that we are in a carrier game, so I say amusing, but trust me, it will be. Just trust me. You guys should know on the channel that I don't spread any sort of misinformation. When I say there's going to be some pretty good shit going on, there's going to be some pretty good shit. I don't lie, so get your popcorn ready, because this is going to be a pretty good game. Now, The Giuseppe Verde out there came out broadside, so, well, we showed him what French magic bullets do. He's not having fun. We already took 18,000 off him, so with a Citadel hit, that's our very first salvo so far, very first impressions. I'm already like, yep, this thing hits hard. These 15-inch guns, they're only 15-inch guns, but man, oh man, when they hit hard. So we took another shot just then at that Friedrich de Grobe, and unfortunately we didn't get any sort of decent results there. Now, we're just going to keep on firing our guns here and hoping for the best, okay? We're trying to aim a little higher, too, to maybe get some superstructure hits. Now, notice the dispersion there. Casual French dispersion trolling us pretty hard there. That's just the French for you. Sometimes they're really good, like that first shot, and sometimes they're just really bad. So, to be honest, though, that's usually the battleship experience anyway in 2023. Like, that's just kind of how it is. It's literally like rolling a dice every time you freaking shoot your guns. So, keep that in mind. Now, notice that we have a couple destroyers over here with us, and we also have an enemy destroyer over here with us. So, notice I quickly utilize my frontal fire ability. I immediately swap from armor piercing to high explosive, and we are going to be able to get some hits downrange. We only get one hit, unfortunately, but at least we actually hit them. So, there you go. Now, this Yugamo here is going to go ahead and send some torpedoes into that smoke screen any second now. I'm just waiting for him to send those torpedoes. There they go. And, yeah, keep an eye out for those. Now, notice the enemy destroyer, the Shimakaze, also sent some torpedoes out this way. And look at the torpedo beat action on that Yugamo. That man has his engine knocked out, and he still dodges the torpedoes. What an absolute Chad. And then he takes out the enemy Shimakaze. That is one hell of a freaking play right there. Shout out to that Yugamo. I can't believe I'm actually shouting out a Japanese destroyer player. A torpedo destroyer player at that. That is phenomenal. So there you go. He's actually playing that thing really well. Shout out to you, good sir. Very nicely done. So that's the enemy Shimakaze down. No more torpedoes to worry about from him. Now, notice that we are getting attacked by the enemy aircraft here, and our AA is making sure good work of them. As you guys remember from the review portion, we talked about the anti-aircraft fire on the Bourgogne, and the Bourgogne's AA is absolutely phenomenal. So, yeah, carriers beware. Now we get a broadside Giuseppe Verde, we get 5 penetrations. I was expecting to absolutely rake him with a Citadel or 2, but unfortunately, it just was not meant to be. But notice we already got our guns reloaded, and we're utilizing our reload booster. That's right, that's why we reloaded so damn quick. Having that reload booster is really nice. Now we are in the heat of battle. We are in a brawl, if you will, and yeah, like I said, this game's going to get really fun, so this is where I think you guys want to be grabbing your popcorn, because this is going to be a pretty entertaining next couple minutes coming right up here. But anyway, we're up to 59,000 damage. The Giuseppe Verde is angling away, so I load over to high explosive. He puts out my single fire, so, well, that was a bad idea. We set him on fire with our secondaries, and we set him on fire with our main guns as well. He is burning alive. We're up to 66,000 damage. We're closing in on that 70k mark, and that Giuseppe Verde is not having fun whatsoever. He is cooking like an absolute freaking Italian barbecue that he is. That's how we do it. Now we quickly swap over to armor piercing since we already have a couple fires, and we get some pretty decent penetrations there. About 4,000 damage. We will take it. And just like that, in the course of like 2 minutes, we went from like 30k damage to 80k damage, and we're still getting damage because of the fires, and well, because of what we're about to do to this Giuseppe Verde with the armor piercing. Now that's where we just took a Citadel. We took a Citadel from that Friedrich de Grobe out there. We just took a hit for 18,000. That was painful right there. That was the Citadel I was talking about we were going to take earlier. This ship does have an exposed Citadel. If you're not careful, you will get absolutely yeeted. So we got paid, we got freaking, you know, hurt for making, you know, a mistake there, basically. Now I'm over angling here. I'm lucky not to have just gotten absolutely deleted there. But thankfully, we're still alive. We're still kicking. I've got 30 seconds until my heal comes back. I'm turning into angle as best as I can, but notice that I really just want to get that third gun involved. But it's just not worth it, because if I keep going broadside like that, I will die. So what we're doing instead is we're angling in, taking the smart choice, and yeah. Now, we just got our gun knocked out. That's another thing too. You know, it's French at the end of the day, so the turrets do tend to get knocked out quite a bit, so you might want to change your build around accordingly if you guys do have problems with getting your turrets knocked out. Now, we did take a shot at that Haikiryu, and unfortunately, we did not get any decent results. However, our guns are reloaded, and he is going broadside. He does not lead us enough. He obviously does not know how fast the Bourgogne is, and as you guys can see, we are just absolutely wrecking that Haikiryu. We got a double Citadel with the very front gun, and the second gun we shot, we unfortunately got 2 overpens. But don't worry, we're going to be able to do some pretty decent damage here. We got another gun loaded, and pow, yeah, that freaking must have hurt. 22,000 again. We're up to 150k. We shoot the second gun, overpens unfortunately. Now we're getting that third gun swinged around there, and I'm really hoping that that finishes him. Unfortunately, it doesn't. So I'm popping my reload booster. I'm like, bro, you need to die. You need to go bye-bye. And finally he dies. But unfortunately, we die as well. We die too. You know, oh man, that's unfortunate. But I would say that was a really, really fun and pretty damn good first game. This is one of those ships that I think is going to be one of those flanking sort of ships. You want to be playing it on the sides of the maps. And of course, you know, it can brawl too. I mean, it's got some pretty damn good armor. As you guys saw in this gameplay, we were absolutely just going to ham on these guys here. It's just unfortunate that we did over-angle earlier and we took like 30,000 damage because, you know, yeah, this thing does have an exposed Citadel. But I'm definitely going to be playing this thing more often. So I'm really, you know, trying to get a feel for it. I quite like it. I really do quite like it. But anyhow, that is the Bourgogne, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I hope you all did find this video sort of helpful, and I hope you all did enjoy it. Now all we're going to do here is just kind of spectate a teeny bit, and we're going to fast forward to the end of the game here, just like that, with my editor magic. And yeah, there we go. It looks like our daring got a Kraken unleashed. Congratulations, good sir. But as you guys can see, we leveled up in the campaign, and there you go. We finished off on 167,000 damage, high caliber, top of the leaderboard with 2 kills and 2.6k base XP. But nonetheless, I hope you all did enjoy it. If you guys did, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. We are trying to get 3,000 subscribers. You know, yesterday we hit 2,700 subs. So at the rate we're going, we should hit 3K by the end of the year. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to go ahead and do it for today's video. I hope you all did enjoy, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out. Stay healthy, as always.